within the subnet filter, we have these WAN targets, which are, there's a few in there that get created by default when you do a fresh installation. But you can also create your own WAN targets. And essentially a WAN target is kind of a general term that you'll see through a lot of places throughout the RxG admin interface. And it basically acts as just a network or identification of some. It might either be a specific IP address or a CIDR block or something like that, that allows you to enter that as an exception to various different things. There's some places where there's services in the RxG that you want to only open up to particular source IP addresses, that you would attach a WAN target to that service, and that, it gets used in different ways in different places. But it's basically just a general definition of a network object. So you can see, just looking through some of the ones that are here, we have a combination of domain, like FQDNs and IPs and CIDR blocks. So you can make your own, and let's say you wanted to open up access to the shared printer network. You could easily do that. Just create a subnet filter, or excuse me, a WAN target, and let's say we've got our printers in a 22.10 network.
You do it by protocol?
No, not this piece. No, there are places where you can define different rules for different types of traffic, such as like traffic shaping and link control. It allows you to essentially, send certain types of traffic and route it differently. So if you want to put all your traffic that's either going to a specific place or a specific port out, higher latency with cheap uplink or something like that, you can do that. For the subnet filter specifically, it's basically just a firewall rule that is IP based.
So you just drop the packet. You don't send any kind of alert or any kind of response, any error message for the user.
Yeah, not for the subnet filter.
That's a really obscure question, but I know things like Facebook, Google Analytics are the predefined. When those things change over time. When we upgrade software versions, does it push those? Or should we be, every now and then instead of taking clean and pushing
So this button will, once you install a system and you got these initial ones created, as time goes on and you're doing updates, we may add things to various WAN targets, but they're not going to automatically push onto your box.
Right.
And it used to be that they would. We had some specific requests to stop doing that because there are certain people who, kind of template their network and they get things configured how they want it, and they use it to kind of, audit the configuration, and they don't want new things showing up on there automatically. But this button will go through and pull those that we've set up in our defaults and bring them back.
Great, thank you.
Are those WAN targets allowed even prior to login?
It depends on how you use them. Just by having them here, nothing happens with them. They just exist. It's only when you start attaching them to things. So if you go into a Splash portal configuration, you'll see we have a whitelist option here. These are just WAN targets. So if you attach a WAN target to a Splash portal, yes, they will be allowed prior to login. So if you're doing things like
Facebook
social media login, you need to make sure that people can get to those sites because their computer is talking directly with those services.
The walled garden.
Yeah, you'll see that term in a lot of other stuff. So yeah, as I said, the WAN target is really a general term that gets used in a lot of different ways in different places of the UI. But you can reuse those for different purposes and attach. Yes.
Can you add to that whitelist?
Yeah. Yeah, you can make any WAN target that you want.
Yeah, those are just WAN targets that you had in the other
It's
screen.
not whitelisted until you check.
It's not whitelisted
Right.
until you check one off, yes. Another thing that's useful that a lot of people don't necessarily notice at first. So in various places we have these like linked objects here. So if I wanted to say, click on the usage plans here, it's going to basically load that scaffold in, and I can go and edit one of those records. I don't have any WAN targets associated yet, but you can see there's actually like a little hyphen here that's a hyperlink. And I can click that and then make a new WAN target. Yeah. Make a new WAN target and just give it a name, put in the IP address or whatever we want there, and it'll be associated to this as a whitelist. So pretty much in most places throughout the system where you have these links, it allows you to make changes to the associated records without having to leave the page. Because a lot of the things that as you start deploying more of these, you'll see that because of the architecture of our system where it's a shared database and everything is relational, there's a lot of things where you kind of have to go create something somewhere else before you can finish configuring the piece that you're configuring. So this is kind of just a shortcut to be able to do that in one place without having to flip back and forth to 5 different pages. So it's just kind of a shortcut for that.